EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the beautiful city of Seattle. We welcome you inside Lumen Field, the home of the Seahawks. Here's Joshua Carney ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lumen Field. Panay Wanwu now to return. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The first carry for the Spartan, Kenneth Walker. And he is hit behind the line of scrimmage. The defense with a statement on the game's first play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Once again, it's Walker. Up the sideline, past the 30. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
So, from the 36, it is first and 10. From out of the gun, he'll throw. There's the big tight end, Fant. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. The run up the middle. It's Walker. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. He'll look to throw. That's in the end zone and intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Every defensive coordinator, Mike, in the NFL preaches one thing about red zone defense. Keep them out of the end zone. Make them settle for 3. Well, what do? With that interception, they take it to another level, and they get off the field without allowing a single point.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
First carry here for Kyron Williams. And he's going to be very close to a first down. It's a good run there. Maybe just a couple of feet short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll run, and here's the rookie from Michigan. That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. 1st down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
Now, faking the give. And that'll be in and out of his hands. It's incomplete.
His offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game. Nice combination of vision, patience, and speed by the running back here. The vision to see the hole, the patience to let the blocks unfold, and then the speed to hit it and pick up a nice gain.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, L.A. His 6th touchdown now for the season. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, here comes Wanwu. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. First and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Back to throw. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And 3rd down coming up.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. 1st down sack. 2nd down big play attempt falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. They took their shot downfield. Now, let's check on the flag.
Got it. Ready? 19 tight. 19 tight. Here we go.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Oh, he tried to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
Cup in motion. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's got it inside the 5. And he's in. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, Rams.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Makes the score Rams 14, Seahawks nothing. Joshua Carty to kick off for the Rams.
Here's Carty now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. On the return, here comes Wanwu. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he's got some space. Up past the 30 to about the 32-yard line. A pickup of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
79 Bronco.
Throwing now from the gun. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going. And for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their 2nd sack, and we're still here in the 1st quarter.
This will be returnable from his own 15. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line.
Seahawks nothing.
Ready up. 19 right.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. To the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner route. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Mike, I can't tell you how many corner routes I caught throughout my career, and there's really an art to it. At the top of the break, you have to give the quarterback what they call an indicator step. That's your cut where you set your angle, and then once that ball's out, go chase it down, and in this case, he's able to pick up the first down.
They'll turn and hand this one off. Finds an alley to the 35. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
To the air now on 1st and 10. That's good for 11 and a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after the catch
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Here's Carty now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. On the return, here comes Wanwu. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to air one out for Metcalf.
He's already been a little reckless with his decision-making up until this point, Mike, and now it almost backfires on him again. He has to do a better job of finding the matchups, finding the space on the field so everything is not a forced ball into these tight windows.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Walker. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. Jalen Petrie up to make the tackle. Here comes 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
Now the return. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Now he'll air one out. Trying to push the ball down the field. It's an interception.
Mike, doesn't it just seem like year in and year out, especially on the defensive side of the ball, there's these late-round players that kind of burst onto the scene out of nowhere, and there's a reason this guy fell in the draft, but I'll tell you what, he has shown a ton of growth so far this year, and he continues to make his presence felt in the back end of this defense.
Here's 2nd and 9. The tight end Fant in motion. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Dane Belton. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Trent McDuffie.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Two minutes remain here in this first half. We're back to Seattle after this. They'll come up here on second down and 5.
Ready? 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. Cup 19, Cup 19. Hup.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a third down. Going to be taken down. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
This fielded inside the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That finds Nakua downfield, complete. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
They certainly wasted no time trying to take advantage of that great field position, and I love it. So often we see teams either in sudden change or when they have a shorter field to go, they want to strike early. There is such a correlation in the NFL, Mike, between explosive plays and your ability to end drives with points.
Cup in motion. Throwing now on first and 10. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. That is caught at the 3. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. That is second touchdown of the game. This one number 7 on the year. Cardi now to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Rams move out to a commanding 28-0 first half lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. On the return, here comes Wanwu. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. They'll come up here first and 10.
Let's go now.
Straight Straight ahead, it's Walker. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Seven Pirates. Ready.
They'll throw out of the gun. He'll get this complete to Walker. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in this second quarter. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. So we're at halftime, and it's the visitors, the Rams, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you cross-country to the Sunshine State. That's where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. All yours, Coach. All right, Coach. Thank you. 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches. That's for sure. As we get set for half number 2.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. And the Seahawks are going to get the football, and they'll have it just past the 20-yard line.
The first down pass. Intercepted. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. They run with Walker. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
It's a loss of 2.
2nd and 2, you're thinking, I got 2 downs to get 2 yards. How hard can that be? Well, against this defense, it turns out to be a big challenge. They take you back for a loss at 2, and now you find yourself on 3rd down.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Dane Belton. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks.
To the end zone, it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, They force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
This one complete to his tight end, Fant.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it. I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
Come on, set. Go.
On third down, they'll throw from the gun. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 81 yards. Touchdown, Seattle. Extra point attempt to come here. He gets it to go. And the Seahawks are able to cut into the deficit. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. That is incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays. And frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Cup in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he is very close to the first down, but eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream, a pick 6 for touchdown. So they make the decision on 4th down to try to go for it. Instead, it goes back the other way for a pick 6.
Yeah, and anytime you go for it on 4th down, you're saying, hey, we don't mind rolling the dice and taking some chances. In this case, it backfires. The defense is able to capitalize, and they take it all the way back the other way.
From the 6, here comes a return. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. One of the tight ends motions right. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
And he'll get this very close to a 1st down. A nice run there. He'll just end up a little bit short. 3rd and a yard. He'll look to throw. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
And I understand the initial reaction. 3rd and short, Mike. Everyone says just run and get the first down. I don't mind throwing the ball, but if you do, that ball has to come out.
And he got all of this one. Headed for the sideline. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Here's a handoff to Walker. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Sometimes there's just nowhere to go, right? We ask these running backs, Mike, to do a lot of work, find space, create something out of nothing. Well, this time, he was able to create nothing out of nothing.
On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. Connecting with the tight end. That's Fant. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Seahawks 14.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Now Walker. And not a whole lot going to come from that one. Going to about the 39. Back to throw. Checking it down. This one is caught.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here's 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. Back to the air one more time. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
Ready, go!
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And he will score! Game on! Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get it?
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Dane Belton.
That decision to go for 2 was made up from the very beginning. The moment they scored, you could see the head coach. He's signaling, we're going for 2. The touchdown was obviously a disappointing outcome defensively, But to able to get that stop, they can at least come off the field and catch their breath.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Slot receiver headed right. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and throw the guy a parade for ultimately what was an incompletion, but can we just take a second to appreciate the arm strength he was able to show there? I mean, I think that ball is over 60 yards in the air, and I would be surprised if they continue to just air it out and see if they can complete one of those.
On 3rd down, they'll try to get it on the ground. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up 4th down.
At this stage of the game, it's all about maximizing your possessions, but in order to get the ball back, your defense needs stops. Great job there on 3rd and short, forcing the 4th down. In all likelihood, they're going to get the ball back here late in the 4th quarter.
Punt team headed out for the Rams as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. Here's 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Quick throw, taken in. Now they face 3rd down and 7. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll look to throw. A ball deep for the end zone. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. On comes Joshua Carty for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Rams will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return, here comes Wanwu. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Back to throw here to begin the drop. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. The clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go. He'll drop to throw. Metcalf left side. He's got it. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
That score, too little, too late. They need a recovery and a miracle here. Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away.
This is tough. You're trying to give your guys a chance and time it just right, but you have to hit it hard enough. This time, it doesn't go 10 yards. Not going to work out.
The break the huddle coming up now for 1st and 10. Unloads downfield, looking for Nakua. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here we go. One final play. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. So it's a win for the visiting Rams. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their 2 scheduled matchups. Have a chance to go for the season.